Hi, hello everyone. I'm Debbie from Debbie's Bright Ideas, guys, and welcome to part 2 of our sweet little angel girl. I was able to jump on. I just got in from work and I said, you know what? Let me get in the craft room and let's get this angel girl finished. We last left off on her head and we were working on her hair, but we're gonna go ahead and continue with our beautiful angel girl. If you happen to catch this live, if you see that red box right above my head, that means I am on a live. If you happen to catch this on a replay, that means I am on a replay. And I always do greatly appreciate when you say hello and let me know you stopped on by. Hi, Alyssa. Thank you for sprinkling, my friend. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump on in. Hi, Ramona. Yes, I am back. I'm gonna try and finish her up here tonight so we can, because tomorrow is a snow day with the Bright Ideas, Crafters and Marketplace, where tomorrow we're going to be doing a snow day theme, and I definitely want to be able to move on to that peacefully, knowing that we finished our cute little angel girl. Hi, Helen. Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday, my friends. So here's our angel girl close up. We're going to go ahead and jump on in. When we last left off, we were on her head, right? We were working on her hair. She's been sitting here. We left her little, we worked on the little ornaments, right? And then we also worked on the angel wings that have been here on the table drying, and then her halo. So the halo, I will tell you, it's going to take a few days because you will be able to attach, but it'll kind of slump down because the clay is still soft. Once it starts drying nice, really well, it'll stand up really nicely on its own. Hi, Norma. Hi, Tanya. Hi, Maria. Hello, everyone. Okay, so I'm going to jump in because it's 5:46 and I'm hoping I can get this done in an hour. So let's keep on rocking and rolling. We're going to go ahead and go with the cookie dough. Here we were rolling out cookie dough and cutting little strips for her hair. And I'm not going to you don't really even need to measure for the strips. You basically just need to roll it out and then cut strips. That's basically what you need to do for her hair. When we left earlier, the back of her head looked kind of right like this, but I'm going to cover that up with some little hair here really quickly. So let's get this going. How are we doing, my friends? How's everyone doing? Did I do a tutorial on the Santa boot? No, I have not. I've done the live. So, Miss Norma, the live is out there for the little Santa boot. But I haven't done an actual whole tutorial. So, if you go back to that live, if you can't find it, I think I have it downloaded and I'm going to send it to YouTube, and you'll be able to get on there and you'll be able, to go step by step on there and see how I made that cutie. It's pretty easy. It's building the two pieces, the ball form, and then the using the cone form, creating the other part, and then attaching. So it's pretty easy if you get on there and check it out, my friend. Okay, I did cut this piece. I did roll out this piece here, right? And I'm just going to go ahead and use my cookie cutter here. I want the bottom round, right? Because I'm just going to cut little hair and then attach it to our girl here, right? And this is kind of like little patchwork, right? So just taking the cookie dough that I cut out here, and then now I'm going to, guys, as much as I really love, I'm like, I want to do a tutorial, I want to do this, I just, kind of chasing my tail sometimes. But I will definitely download the video from Facebook before they delete it and send it to YouTube. It'll look just like it's going to be the live from Facebook, but you still will be able to pretty much catch the steps on there because I do the measuring and everything. So you'll be able to kind of catch it all on there, my friends. Because one day, hopefully soon, I can start creating more tutorials, right? But we're going to cross that when we get there. So I just did the long cut, shortcut because I'm going to put this at the back of her head, right? Just to kind of cover her up back here. Just because we had a little bit of a little mess back here, right? When I was covering my form. So just like that, right? Just her little hair in the back, covered up that mess back there. Really nice and easy. Then just using my finger just to kind of drag the ends, just to kind of make it a little smoothed out, right? Just like that. And then just attaching it here on top. Okay, just like that. Okay, now the back of her little head is covered. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to cut little strips, and we're going to cut little strips and make little pieces of hair. Cleaning house so you can put up Christmas decorations. That's nice, Helen. That's so nice. Since you did mention the little boot, here is our little Santa boot. I did add the little black strap, and I did make a gold, but I have no patience to wait, guys, and the buckle was wet when I put it on. And of course there was a little smudging there, but you can always go back with a little black marker or something when you have little smudges like that and just color it in. But here's our little mouse in the Santa boot, and I think it came out pretty adorable. Isn't it cute, right? It did come out pretty cute. Our little mousy baby here. Put it here on this side. Okay, so now let's keep cutting, because now we're going to cut, because right after this we're going to start covering up our body form and start building our girl and then putting her together. Hi, Carol. Hi, Judy. Hi, everybody. Thank you all for hopping on, guys. I didn't announce or anything. I just walked straight in. I actually put the groceries on the stove. I told the guys we're going to eat after I'm done. So I'm definitely going to try to get this one done for you guys really quickly here. That way I can feed everyone. And I can go work on some Bright Ideas business. And get ready for tomorrow. Okay. All right, so we just have this rolled out here. So now what we're going to do, we're just going to take our straight edge cutter. I'm going to go ahead and clean up my edge there, make it nice and straight. And now I'm just going to start cutting little strips for hair, right? I tried to do it earlier with a thinner piece, and that just didn't work out. And I'm like, ooh, yeah, we're not going to do that again, because then we'll be here forever cutting strips, and that will not be fun. Right. So you guys can see, right? I'm just cutting strips for hair. What I kind of, when I roll out the clay, I kind of like make it the width of my cutter here, right? The length, the width of the cutter. So when I'm just pressing down on it, it's actually the right size. Okay, so kind of cut that one a little thick, so went back and kind of cleaned that up a little bit. I'm going to shorten my clay here a little bit because I kind of feel like it's a little long for my cutter. Hi, Judy. I hope everyone is having a wonderful evening, staying nice and warm and snuggly. I did run to the grocery store as soon as I got out of work because I had to go get some rotisserie chickens and stuff for supper. And the store was freaking packed. Oh my God, it was freaking packed. And I normally don't like to do self-checkout. Hi, Elizabeth. Hello, everyone. I do not like to do self-checkout. I kind of like to let them ring, and I like to watch, as they're ringing me up, because I like to see that everything's scanning correctly. And if it doesn't, I don't like to hold it up and wait till they come and clear it all up, whatever. But anyway, I did my self-checkout, and it was pretty easy. Everything was correct. But the store is full. I think everybody, the weather brings everyone out. Everyone's out there trying to gather things for dinner, get stuff to make a nice meal, because it's cold here in Texas. And, here in Texas, when it's cold, everyone makes caldos, menudos, chili. I mean, guys, a co-front can't come here to Texas, y'all, because we go crazy. We go crazy here in Texas, y'all. It's menudo time, it's caldo time, it's soup time, chili time. I mean, that's just the way it goes here in Texas. Even our grocery stores, they start putting together like bundles of everything in the stores because they know we go wacko. We go wackadoodles here in Texas. Okay, so now we have a bunch of little strips, right, cut out for hair. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and keep attaching, right? I do want my end to be straight, right where her little hairline is supposed to be. So just starting straight there. And then just keep going. And as I get to that little part, like kind of sort of where her ear would be, I just kind of give it a little snip there. Right, just a little snippy snip. I will be sending these 2 parts over to YouTube. So for those of you, you know, if you are inspired to make a cute little angel, hopefully this would help you with that. You can make these angels of, you know, whatever color, whatever season you like. Angels are always in season. Hank is snoring, y'all. Y'all hear him? He's like, I'm going to come and disturb you. I went ahead and let them come in. I blocked up the camera and let them come in. Hopefully nobody acts a fool. Okay, so just going to keep going. Keep on adding here to our little mama here. Our little mama should be looking cute, y'all. She's starting to look super cute already, y'all. Is she looking cute already, y'all? She's looking adorable already. She's looking cute. Cute as can be. Our little girl. Our little girl is looking cute, cute, cute. You missed me? You missed me, Miss Helen? Did you miss me? Oh, did you miss me earlier, or did you just miss me? Did you miss me coming on? Because I miss coming on, my friends. I'm hopefully going to be able to come back strong and, and definitely come doing more lives, creating more crafts. I definitely want to get out here and really create for you all. My ranch, my first phase of my ranch is done. My husband's actually out there today. He's working on a lot of the outdoor things that need to be done. And so he has help. So they're out there working on a fence. He's out there doing all my honeydew list. So I'm super happy about that because it frees me up to be able to come on here and do more lives and focus on the Bright Ideas business because it's hard. It was hard when I'm under, I have all the construction. I have all the things going on and I'm not able to, I neglect my crafting time. Okay, so now I'm just going to give her little wispies here in the front, right? Really cute. Really cute, right? Just I'm using the thinner part here in the front for just some little wispies in the front because we gotta get her edges right, y'all. We gotta get her edges right because she's got to get her edges looking good, right? She can't come out here with all her edges looking all messed up. So we got to get her looking slickety slick, right? Our angel girl got to be cute. Oh my goodness, she's coming together so cute. No, I get, and no, Helen, but this is my business. This is my life. This is what I like to do, Helen. I love, believe you me, when I don't get to come on, it makes me kind of upset. Like I feel, and I have to pray really hard on it, Helen, because I start getting resentful towards my husband. And he and I had a long conversation, we went here a few nights ago and he can sense it from me because I get really resentful because I just feel like I have, a huge load and I don't get to do the things that I really want to do, right? Like craft, create, work on my page and work on my business, guys. I have so many supplies, y'all, that are on standby. I'm going to miss out. Like, hi, Brandy. Like, I've had so many beautiful Christmas supplies to put out, my friends, that are probably not going to make it out because I just didn't have the time to create the mixes and things. But I'm loaded with supplies. But we're getting ready for Valentine's already, so the Valentine's supplies are already coming in, and it's time to focus on that. But, you know, but my first phase of my ranch is done. It's clean. They're working on the outside part right now. They're doing all the little odds and ends. He's doing a to-do list, all the things like that. And I'm in a better spot. But I do know, you know, come the new year, God willing, I'm going to be in such a better spot where I can be able to come on here, craft, and really, really focus on my page and on my crafting, because I love coming on here and crafting for you guys and showing you all just different fun ideas to craft, you know, ways to craft. And I love all of y'all, guys. I miss y'all. Okay, so we have her here. We have her little head. She'll be looking real cute. She got her edges done and everything. She look good. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we are going to create the color that I use for her gown. Thank you, friend. Thank you, friend. Let's turn her head around here. Maybe you guys can visit with her a little bit there, right? So we're not worried about the back of her head, but we did clean up the back with another piece of clay and cut that there. You can also, what we can also do is we can just take, you know, you can use your straight edge, or you can use a tool like this and then just run it through, right? And then just kind of give her, just kind of texture it to kind of maybe make it look like hair, right? And that kind of fixes everything really nice and easy. Guys, even if you didn't want to do the strips like that, you could just cover her head, right, with another piece of clay, and you can run a tool. You can run a tool through the clay and, you know, make it look like hair. This works really nicely too, my friends. I'm going to tell you all that this works really, really nicely. You guys can see right here, right, how that looks really nice, like hair. But I just wanted to do this extra here in the front just because it looks cute, right? But we'll work this here in the back, and we'll texture this just to make it look like hair. I'm just kind of going a little deep with it so that it can pick up, because once the clay starts to dry, it puffs up and the lines won't show so much. So just making sure that I get it in there nice and deep. Right? You guys can see, right? Oh, she got her hairdo. Oh, girl, you got your hairdos? Girl, you got your hairdos. And you know what? I'm just going to take this tool here as well and just run it through my thicker parts of my clay here and just kind of give it more of a defined look, right? Which makes it look super duper cute. When I go do inventory in my little wear room, I'm going to look to see how many more of these tool sets I have. I think there might be 2 or 3, guys. This tool set, I will tell you guys, is amazing because this little thing right here spins. They spin, and I will tell you, it is, if you can find one of these, you know, in someone else's shop or on Etsy, you definitely want to grab these, my friends, because they definitely do change up your craft. Okay, you guys can see, right, how it really defined that. Hi, Heidi. Perfect hair. Oh, thank you, Carol. I appreciate it. And imagine you could put hair on all your crafts, on all your cuties, right? I want to make a Gingy, right? And she has to have, I want her to have hair. Kind of like this. She's going to be, I think I'm going to make her. Okay, I think I'm going to make her, and she's going to be a baker Gingy, but I want her to have hair kind of like this. But I just haven't had a chance to get out here and work on her. But I want to do one. Right? Kind of sort of just like this. Okay, so there's the texturing of her hair, just like that. Looking nice and cute. Okay. So we're going to put her here like that. We're going to let her sit there. And now we're going to go ahead. Hi, Cecilia. Hello, everyone. Hi, Ellen. Hello, hello, my friends. We're going to take a cup and a half of the white. And then I'm going to add I'm going to go ahead and add 3 tablespoons of the cookie dough. And we're going to mix. And that's what I use to make the color of her gown. Okay. I used the cream for her face and for her little hands, but we're going to make the color for her little gown and her little sleeve, well, her whole gown, right? So we're going to go ahead and use a cup and then a half a cup of white. I might have 2 in the back, Helen. I have to go look. If I do, I will send you a message and let you know that I'm going to put it on the Etsy, okay? I might have 2, my friends. I might. When I was going, once I started using the tools, guys, they sold out really quickly. Like, I've had the tools in the back room, I mean, over a year. But I never used them. I never used them. I was too busy using other things and something that would come out and then finally I'm like, you have tools, you have your own tools. Why are you not using them? And I started using them and then they flew out of the shop. They flew out of the shop and it's like, I think I might have 2. And I had so many. I'm going to have to find my supplier that I got them from. And I'm definitely going to try to bring some more in because they are amazing, guys. And it's like it was like an 11-piece set. And it even came in this case. Let me show you. It even came in this case. I sold it in this case here. And it was amazing. Like I said, if you guys can find one, you definitely want to grab it. Because these tools are amazing. It's like an 11-piece, right? And you have a lot of texturing tools. It even has a smile tool. And I had it in this case as well. And then I decorated my case with the cabochons, y'all. Look at that. Look at how cute that is. And these are all the cabochons that are in the shop. And I said I was going to do a live and show you guys how I made that. But of course, you know, I never get to it. I never get to it. I'm just talking. I'm just talking smack. Smackerdoodles. Hi, Scylla. I definitely will look out, Helen. They're life-changing. I'm going to tell you what. You guys saw what I just did here with that, with the hair. Okay, so we're going to take 3 tablespoons of the cookie dough. And then I'm going to mix it in with the white. And this is the color that I'm going to need for her little dress. Okay, so let's put this over here. I need an empty bag. I'm going to need an empty bag so that I can put my clay in so it doesn't get messed up. Guys, it was crazy at work. It's like right when I'm about to take a deep breath, something else happens. The Texas Plumbing Board put out a new rule, a new law. And it had everybody kind of stirred up that if, you know, if an inspector were to hit one of our job sites and one of our guys does not have a plumbing license, you know, before the fine was like $50, it could be up to $500. You know, and as much as you try, when you have 100 plumbers, you definitely work really hard with them to make sure that everyone's up to code, up to date, has their license and all the different things. But, you know, if somehow, you know, mostly everyone, not everybody, but a good chunk of the, you know, of the country has, you know, has either had some sort of discrepancy in their background or something. And, you know, so there's a little bit of extra paperwork that has to be done when you're getting your plumbing license and all the different things, right? And sometimes some of these people, these knuckleheads, they don't listen, right? They don't listen. And, you know, we get busy and we, you know, it's basically a lot of babysitting of what we have to do. Well, the Texas Plumbing Board threw down a new law that we're going to get fined $4,000 per each one. So it had everybody in a frenzy. Well, and then, of course, you know, the visit comes to me. And it's like, you know, so we jump into action mode. And of course, thank God I know how to make flyers. Thank God I know how to make labels and stickers and different things. So, you know, immediately I start with sending out emails. I start creating, you know, action stickers that I'm going to put on the stubs, a flyer that I'm sending out. And I'm like, Lord have mercy. I have to do my due diligence because if it comes back, they'll try, you know, I don't want it coming back on me that no one was notified. So, you know, just extra stuff. Hi, Jocelyn Boutique Boudet. That was just my rant. So, okay. So mixing in the 3 with the white. Look at this beautiful. It's like a soft, kind of like a nude. I don't know. Like a nude, a beige or something. Like it's just so beautiful, right? It's just a beautiful light color. So this is the color we're going to use for her gown. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in this bag right now so that it doesn't get dry. How are you, my friend? Hi, Becky. Hello, everyone. Okay, so, guys, okay, I did notice, I don't know. Okay, her gown, I love her. But I kind of feel like, I don't know, maybe she's perfect and it's just me. I kind of feel like maybe it needed to be a little bit wider, but you know what? I'm not going to mess with it. Because I wanted to make her gown a little, like I wanted to make it look a little more floofy, a little bit more fluffy. But I'm like, leave well alone. Leave well enough alone. My goodness. Just want to get in here and start messing things up. As I'm driving over here, these are the things that I'm thinking about. How am I going to, you know what? I think I'm going to make her gown a little bit more fluffy. You're going to leave it alone. That's what you're going to do. Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Dee. That's what you're going to do. You're going to leave it alone. And this is the cone from the Dollar Tree, my friends. So this one was $1.25, but so well worth it because, guys, we get cute ornaments out of these, right? We get cute decor out of these. Okay, so we're going to take our cone and I'm going to cut off, I don't know, about 1.5 inches off this thing. Yeah, about 1.5 inches. I love this thing here because it's sharp and it just kind of just like chops things like real quick. And this is from Hobby Lobby, my friends. This one here is from Hobby Lobby. This is heavy duty. This is solid. And it works amazing. Okay. But we do have styrofoam mess everywhere. Okay, so I'm going to kind of clear this up here. We're going to have to move our little gal. If you guys didn't see, this is our little girl. She's ready to go. She has her hair done. We're going to put her over here for a little bit because we got to get rolling out some clay. Because we're going to cover this up. Before we start rolling out our clay, let's go ahead and put some tacky glue on our form. I have a Ryobi amazing cutter set, Jocelyn. And where is it? It might be in the garage or somewhere. My husband bought me the most amazing Ryobi styrofoam cutter set, but I've never opened it. It's been sitting there for over a year. Never ever have opened it. Because I'm like, by the time I plug that sucker and take it out of the kit, it has a whole toolbox and everything. I'm like, I'm just like, let me just chop it up with a knife or a cutter. But you're absolutely right, my friend. I definitely need to use it. Okay, I need to use it. And every time he sees it there, he's like, you're not using it yet? You haven't tried it? Hi, Andrew. Okay. Hi, Stephanie. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. So let's go ahead. And I believe I used 1/2 cup to cover the cone shape. Because, yeah, I went ahead and used 1/2 cup to cover her up. But the reason I made so much is because I just want to make sure that I have extra and don't run out. I think it was 1/2 cup that I used on her. Because we still got to do the little collar and the sleeves and stuff. So we took 1/2 cup here. We're going to roll this out and then we're going to cover our form. Hi, Maureen. You have it connected all the time. Just turn it on. Do you have it in your craft room or do you have it in the garage or somewhere separate, Jocelyn? But inside, only for a little thing because of the fume. You see that because of the fume. So I'm like, I can't plug it in here because this room's really not that big and it's in the middle of the house. And I kind of will like mess everyone up here. Hi. But, okay, Andrew, don't be naughty. Don't be naughty. I've told you this time. I ain't going to tell you again. If you're going to be here, you hang out with us and you have a great time, okay? Be a good boy. All right, so we're going to go ahead and roll out our 1/2 cup. Okay, here we go. in your craft room. I think I need to do it. But I'm like, where do I put it? I'm just covered in stuff, as we all are. I'm sure we all are. Come on, preaching to the choir. We all are in the same boat. Okay. So who do I think I am? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and cover our form here. We're going to just start dragging it over, covering it up. Actually, I think it was more than half a cup, but we already did it. We did the deed. We did it. Right? I think I used a cup to cover it, but what I did remember is cutting off a lot of excess. So I was like, so when I did it, I said, you know what? When I cover it up the next time for the live, I'm going to use half a cup just because I had so much excess. So I think it's good enough. I'm just kind of being dramatic. Okay. So we have that covered. Let's get this into the bag. Yeah, I need to do that, Dustin. I need to get my thing plugged in here. I have styrofoam spilling out everywhere because I got my shipment from Marisa from Das Craft Boutique, and it's amazing styrofoam, and I'm gonna use it, but it's just like literally all right there spilled out. I think I'm gonna use some. I'm gonna be on an event. I believe it's this weekend on the 14th. It's on Sunday, so it's going to be Miss Jenna's birthday event, so I will be on that. So if you guys haven't a chance, come hang out with me in that live event. It's going to be a 2-day birthday event, so you guys definitely want to check it out. There's going to be so many amazing crafters on that event, but it's going to be 2 days of fun, and I will be on that on Sunday morning. Okay. I haven't figured out what I'm going to make yet, but her logo, her theme of her page is a giraffe, and it's got all kinds of cuteness on there. It's definitely inspirational, so you can definitely, figure something out from her page logo. So I think I'm gonna attempt to work on something off the logo, the page logo. So we shall see. So I'm just smoothing it out. The seam I had in the back, I'm just running it over the table here, just rolling it back and forth. And that kind of helps get rid of that. Hi, Tammy girl. You got your order here as well. I know, I love this perfume, guys. I got everything. I got the trees. I got the candy canes. There's a lot of shapes. I got the scallops. I got the rounds. I'm like, holy mackerel. I got a lot of styrofoam. That's going to be a lot of amazing crafts are going to come out of that styrofoam. So I'm super excited about that. Yeah, Marisa is the styrofoam queen, right? Okay, so now we have our form covered up, right? This is our little girl, girl. Okay. So now what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and make her little arms. We'll make her little arms, and I believe, remember, I used 2 tablespoons for each arm because I still have to attach her little hand, and I did do the little hand in the cream color clay. So 2 tablespoons for each arm. Okay. Guys, I didn't even get to see my world news tonight, but I have it on record. So as soon as I fix dinner tonight, I'm going to watch my world news. Guys, I feel lost if I don't watch my world news. Do you guys watch the world news? Does everybody watch the world news? You love the ginger man, bread man shape? Did someone make a gingerbread man? Did I make one? Oh, that Helen made? Is it the one that Helen made? So I'm just conditioning my 2 tablespoons for each arm, right? So basically I have 4 here, but 2 and 2. I'm going to just roll them out. I believe I used 3 inches on each arm, right? Just 3 inches. and then just kind of flatten them on the table, right? And then the part where you're going to attach to the body, you're going to kind of flatten that a little bit, right? Because we're going to bring it on the body, and then just kind of flatten it a little, and your little arm will look like this, right? They'll look like this, and they're kind of flat like that because we're also going to add in our little hand. I'm going to do the little hand in the cream color, and I did use a teaspoon of cream for each hand. Okay. Oh, the styrofoam. Oh, and the gingerbread. That's right. And I got the gingerbread one too. Maureen, yes, thank you for reminding me. The gingerbread. I got all of them. And I'm like, I'm so excited. And then after I saw her, I saw a glimpse of a live sale because I didn't see it. And I saw that she had cake dummies or something like that, right? They were pretty high. And I'm like, hold on. I didn't see those Missy boots. Missy boots. So I'm just rolling 2 ball forms here, right? 2 ball forms. And then I'm just going to attach it, right? The clay is super fresh. So I'm just going to attach it to my little arm like that, right? It kind of looks like those little people toys, right? Just like that. Right? So we have our little arms that are going to go on our body like this, right? So we're going to go ahead and, I guess I'll go ahead and attach. I'll go ahead and attach her arms because, no, I don't want to attach her arms because I still got to start working on the little ruffles. But we're going to put our little hands like that. So we're going to cut our little thumb up here. So I just give it one nip like that, right? Just one little slice. It looks like a little crab claw. And then just kind of use your fingers, the tip of your fingers, and then just kind of smooth it out. And then it looks like a cute little hand, right? Okay, just like that. So then doing the same over here, looking like a little crab claw, and then just smooth it out just like that, making it nice and rounded. And just simple like that. We're not going to do a whole bunch of little fingers. It's just going to have a little thumb and a little hand like that. Okay. Like that. Okay. So I'll place those like that. Now we're going to start working on our little ruffle, which is pretty easy as well, but it's a little, it's the tedious part of having to cut out these little shapes, right? The circles. We're going to be I use this little cookie cutter here, and this here is basically a 1.5 by 1.5 is what this is. Okay, so we don't need to measure. I just need to get this rolled out on the table. Thank you, my friends. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, Maureen. You got those cake dummies also. Oh, you did. Oh my gosh. See, I didn't see the cake dummies, and then I saw them. I was scrolling through Facebook and I saw cake dummies. I'm like, hold on, she didn't have those. Or maybe I just missed it. I don't know. But I was like, okay, I guess I'll have to go back and get them later. But I saw them and I'm like, oh my gosh. Those things are all amazing to have because you can make so many amazing crafts with those. Stretches the use of your clay, and your clay dries even faster, right? And it just dries airlight faster because the styrofoam dries up so quickly. So I'm just rolling this out. I'm making it a little thin, right? Because we're going to use this for the little ruffling on the sleeve. Okay? So start cutting circles here. Hi, Kimberly. Hello. Thanks for hopping on, my friend. So we're just cutting little circles. And I love when the clay just behaves itself, right? When it just behaves itself and does what it's supposed to do. Sometimes it acts a little naughty and just wants to do other things, but I love when it behaves. More gives the design more skeletal insurance. Absolutely. You know it's not going to collapse. You know it's not going to sag or, you know, or droop, because, you know, the styrofoam dries really nicely and it does what it's supposed to do. You know, I left this little angel girl standing here. Now, if I would have just solely made her out of clay, I would have definitely had to dry her body parts out. Oh, thank you for the stars, sister-in-law. Oh my gosh, thank you. I would have definitely had to have let her body parts and her head part dry for days before I started bringing her together. Because, I mean, and it can be done, friends. It can be done. If you don't have the styrofoam and you have the clay, you can still do it. But it's just going to take a little longer. But, you know, here for TV purposes, we have to get this done now, right? For TV purposes, we gotta come here with a finished product. So now we have all of our little circles here, right? And I'm just going to cut them right in half. Boom, boom, pow. Cut them right in half because we're going to use this for the ruffling for the sleeve. And we might need more. We're going to need more because we also have her collar. But for now, we're going to go ahead and go with this. Let's keep going. Guys, and I'm not even quite sure if I have the stars that I used on her dress there. I think I have little flowers that I'm going to use on this one instead of the stars. And also just because I already have one with stars, I kind of wanted to do one with a little flower on the little embellishment part. So. Oh, the guys are going to be so excited that I got them their rotisserie chickens. Okay, so now we have all of our parts here, right? Cut out, right? Our little moon-shaped pieces. Now this is where we start to make the little S, right? You're going to make an S, right? An S and bring it together just like that, right? And then you're going to add it to her little sleeve area, right? Just like that. That's how we're going to make her little ruffles. And it's just a quick little S, and then just keep adding. You want to get, when you're putting it down on the craft, right, you want to make sure that rounded part up there like that is what you want to have up to the top. Okay? So that's the part you want to have up to the top when you're making your little S shape. And ruffling can be done in so many other ways, guys, but I just like this way. This is the way I do it. And it just works really nicely for me. And I just, you know, it's kind of trouble-free actually for me. Because I've tried doing it in the other ways, guys, and I have literally had to tear it off and start over and over again because I can never get it right. And you guys can start seeing that the ruffle starts looking super cute, right? And all you have to do is just kind of make sure to press it down into the fresh clay. And then we just keep going. Keep going, going, going. Is it me? Are you telling me, Kimberly, I have a beautiful home? If that's for me, thank you, my friend, or whoever that's for. Thank you. I love to decorate, guys. It's one of my other things that I love to do. I love to decorate. I love to, you know, definitely decorate on a budget. I like to, you know, look at different architectural magazines or different things like that, or decorator magazines, and then just kind of push myself to the test to kind of do it inexpensively. Thank you, Kimberly. I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So here is our little arm, right, with a little ruffle. So we can go ahead and attach this arm because we don't want our ruffle to get all messed up. So let's go ahead and do that. And guess what? We're out of toothpicks. Ay, 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 ay. Jai, 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 jai. So it looks like we're going to have to go with the skewer. I didn't want to use the skewer because it's really thick and big, but what are you going to do? You have no toothpicks. Okay, so we just got that little skewer in there. We're going to add some tacky glue. Actually, I remember doing this here. I went ahead and ran some tacky glue down my arm kind of halfway through. And then went ahead and attached. Right up here where we're attaching, kind of just bring it in to the top, right? Kind of just bring it in and smooth it into there. So that way when you do attach her little head, it kind of looks like it's all together. Okay. Just like that. Okay. So let's go ahead and keep going with our little sleeve. Let's do our other part here. My husband's like, you need to flip houses. And I'm like, I wish I could, but I don't have the time. I love to take something that, you know, that looks like it's lost. It's like no one definitely, you know, when you look at it, it's just like no one sees the potential in it. They get rid of it. They sell it off for cheap. You know, nobody wants to hassle with it. I like to take projects like that, like my ranch. It's basically the way the ranch was. And I like to challenge myself to kind of flip it and turn it into something amazing. And yeah, it brought my husband to tears. Let me just say that, okay? When my husband got here this weekend on Friday, it kind of brought him to tears, my friends. And he's like, I would love for you to flip houses. I'm like, I would like to too, but I don't have time. Okay, so when we bought our ranch, guys, it was in a foreclosure. It was an absolute disaster. Like, if you saw, when the bank saw it, they were like, hi, Lauren. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Tina. When the bank saw it and went in to go in and like confiscate what was what was able to be confiscated, they saw it and they were like, yeah, no, never mind. It's not worth it. It's not worth our trouble. They had someone go in and winterize the home. And I don't know what I did with my skewer, but I need another one. Here we go. The bank had someone go in and winterize the home, right? Because they were going to move the double wide. They were, because everything had been foreclosed on. And so they went in and winterized it. And after the person winterized it, got the house prepared and ready for movement, right? Because they were going to go get it out of there and move it. They saw it and were like, no, it's not even worth it. Like, this is not worth it, and went ahead and said, you know what? Sell it as a lump. Sell it as a lump. It's going to go with the property. It absolutely has probably no value to it. We came in, we saw it. I mean, the grass, guys, was grown over the top of the home and the whole property. There were so many abandoned cars in there. It was like a junkyard, honestly. It was a junk. The people that lived there completely lost themselves. It was a couple and they were like, I believe it was their forever home, but things went awry and, there was issues and things and stuff, and they wound up falling into a deep, dark hole, and everything went to disaster. Well, so when we came up on it, it was like, holy mackerel. I mean, I started sweating, y'all, when I saw it. It was like, it was bad. Okay. But I come from absolutely nothing, so I can turn a shack into something beautiful, my friends. You can give me the smallest little shack. You can give me the most little rundown place, because I've lived in them. I have lived in everything you can imagine, and I have turned it into something. So when I see this ranch, hi, Ginger, I'm like, we can do something with this. Let's figure out the structure on the home. Let's see if it's got good bones. And we, lo and behold, we took it, and what it is today is absolutely amazing. And guys, I can't wait to take pictures and show you guys of how nice it's coming out. So here we have our angel girl, right, with her sleeves, and she's got her little sleeves there, and we'll put her little collar on here in a minute. I guess I can go ahead and do it with what I have. Let's go ahead and do that now, right? We'll go ahead and do that now, because I do have a few pieces here, but they're starting to get a little skins because I'm talking and talking and talking. But let's do this. But yes, I hadn't posted any pictures of the progress because I didn't want my husband to see it. I wanted him to see it in person. And when he did come in on Friday, we went out on Saturday and I didn't say a word. I was really quiet about everything, right? We get out there and he's thinking he's going to walk into a disaster. Like, he's thinking he's going to walk into a disaster of the way he saw it the last time, in full construction, trash everywhere, all the different things. But no, y'all know I'm a mule. Y'all know I work like a mule. I'm a workhorse. And I've been working my tail off out there. and it looks absolutely amazing. So when we drove up there, he was speechless. He was speechless when we got off and went inside. He actually did, he did cry. He did. I'm like, I need to see a tear or something. I need to see some tears. I need to see something. I need you to get like super. I need it. I need it. After all this hard work, but no, he was like, I cannot believe it. But he's like, you did it. You made it happen. You did it. He goes, I can't take credit for it. Cannot take credit for it because you're the one that was doing all the work and all the wheeling and the dealing and the, all the different things. But I absolutely love doing things like that. I'm missing one more little piece here, so I'm going to go ahead and cut. I need to cut one more ruffle, so I kind of made it a little too thick there. So we need to get one more little ruffle. Thank you, Maureen. Thank you guys so much. Yes, I'm super proud of it, guys. I really, really am. I'm just like, it's an amazing place. It's going to be an amazing place for my family to go retreat and for us to retreat and just enjoy, enjoy our time out there. But like I told my husband, you get the roughness of the ranch, right? You're outdoors, you're outside with all the rough and tough, and then you get to walk inside the home and you get all the amenities of, of comfort. So I just love that. Okay, so we went ahead and added her little ruffle there, right? And there we go, just like that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add her little head. Okay, we have her little head. We'll go ahead and use this skewer here that we were using to hold her up. I'll go ahead and take it in as far as I can. I think that's pretty good there. It reached the bottom. We'll add some tacky glue here, give it some extra support. So now let's give this girl her head. All right. Okay. So when you're going to attach something, you just want to be quick and fast, my friends. Quick and fast, because you don't want to be pressing down and kind of doing this whole thing, because you'll change the shape of her head and you must mess up her do, right? You might mess up her little do. Okay, now just pick my little ruffles up a little bit more. And voila, voila, we have a little girl here, right? She's looking cute as can be. And we're almost done, my friends. We're getting close. Okay, so I do have these little embellishments here, right? And I do think these were in the shop at one time, but I don't think they're in the shop anymore. But they need to be, because I looked up there and I'm like, oh my gosh, you have tons of it up there on the top. But I think I'm going to use, and it has all kinds of shapes in here, right? It has like little diamond shapes, little flowers, little stars, like little octagons, little squares, little hearts, everything. But I think I'm going to go ahead and use this little flower shape here. And let's see how many I hope I have some here. Now I'm going to have to go dig over there. Dig into the stash. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and add in our little pieces here. We're going to take our tacky glue, and basically what you're going to do is you're just going to go in a diagonal shape, right? Just add your small little dots of tacky glue kind of in a diagonal shape. And I'm just going to do the ones here in the front really quickly here, just so you guys can kind of see. I will go back and complete her. We'll do 2 on her sleeves here. Right, just like that. Because you do need your little wax pin for this part, right? Because we got to get these little flower thingies on here, these embellishments. And these are super duper 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 cute. Okay, I like these a lot. I am proud of me. I am proud of me. There's a song that, and I think it's by Snoop Dogg, y'all. I can't remember who it is, but I do like all kinds of music, y'all. I listen to classic rock. I love hip hop. I love country. I love old school country. I love everything, right? And there's a song by, I think it's Snoop Dogg. It's like, I'm proud of me. And I'm like, that's my jam right there. That's my jam. Because I'd be proud of me right now. I'm proud of me. you know, I have a really long story, guys, of where I come from and, you know, my past and all the different things. I had a really rough upbringing. My life was really tough. And then, you know, and then I was having baby after baby after baby at a very young age, and then raised my family, and then just, you know, but always worked my tail off. And I'm missing two little flowers. Two little flowers here. And I think I'm going to dig some out here from my stash. Let's see. I think I found some. There better be some in here. Yeah, there is. But, you know, so it's been a road, you know, divorce, all the different things, you know, all the stuff. Okay, so now that I have them in place, right, I'm going to take my wax tool here and I'm going to press them in. I'm going to press them into the gown really well. Once they're in their place, I'm just going to get them in there really, really good. Right? Because I don't want them on the top sliding or anything. I'm just going to get them in there really, really well. Is she cute, y'all? She be looking pretty. She pretty, this girl. Okay. So now we have her in her little dress. She's all ready. She's looking cute. Oh, we didn't give her a headband. She needs a headband, right? She needs her headband. So for her headband, I believe I used 3 tablespoons. I think it was 3 tablespoons, and just rolled out a log, and then just texture it with the tool. And we're going to find out. And then just made a quick little bow for the top of her little head. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Lisa. I have come a long way, my friend. Absolutely. You know, there was a lot of great years, and there was a lot of rough years. Where, you know, the rough years came first, and then there was great, and then there was rough again, and then there was rough, and then now, beauty for your ashes, my friend. Beauty for your ashes. It is real. It is real. Okay, so I believe my headband was the 3 tablespoons and 10 inches long. I think that's what I used for it. I'm trying to remember. And I didn't write the recipe down for our little angel girl, but, you know, I think I'll go back in the live here later and jot it down. Okay, so, right, so this one seems a little bit thicker, but it doesn't matter. She's still cute. She's pretty. She's prettiful, right? She's very pretty. Okay, so we went ahead and used the 3. You can do the 2 if you want. We're just going to be extra drama and give her the 3 for her headband. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my sharp tool here with the point here, and I'm going to make my lines in my headband, but I'm going to start right where my seam is, right? Because that way that seam will disappear. I'll start there and then just start going all the way around, making the, you know, the details here of the little headband. And you can do whatever design. You can even do make a headband in a mold, you know, give it a little different detail. There's so many different things that you can do when you're doing these cuties like this. Okay, just like that. Okay, so that's her little headband. She's looking cute. And I did use my little favorite mold that I got from Our Unique Touch from Miss Lauren. Hi, Natalie. You haven't been able to watch in a while. Your creations are so... Oh, thank you, Natalie. This is a 2-part, so I did one earlier this morning, the first part, how we started her, and now we're finishing her up on this live. So if you have a chance, definitely go back, and if you are inspired to want to make one, you can do that by watching the live, Miss Natalie. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to go ahead and give her a cute little headband. We're going to go ahead and use the soft pink. I'm going to give it just a little spray of the baby oil, right? Just to be safe that it releases nice and quickly. We'll go ahead and use some of the soft pink. This actually is one of my most favorite colors in all of the 36 colors that we carry. I love this soft pink. It's so pretty. So I start from one end when putting in the clay, right, into the mold. And then I kind of just do like a pinch and pull kind of thing when filling in my molds. And it kind of makes it pretty easy where I don't have too much overspill. And it kind of makes, when I do that technique, when I'm putting the clay into the mold, it's pretty spot on, right, with what I get in here. And then it comes out really nice. You've had 4 full houses built and lived in 3 of them. I know. Isn't it crazy, Helen? Like just the road, right? The travel, the journey, my friend. Isn't it amazing? Like, yeah, you know, it's absolutely, definitely does humble you. And it absolutely does, you know, make you appreciate and be absolutely, truly grateful for everything that you have. And, you know, and for the experience and for the journey, because it makes you the person that you are today, right? So we're just going to go look at this beautiful bow, guys. If you guys can get one of these from Lauren from Our Unique Touch, you need to get one. She was trying to get a bigger one. I know that because I'm obsessed with this bow mold. Right? And the clay is super fresh, so we just went ahead and added that there really quick. And she's just adorable. She's just cute. Cute as can be. Okay, so for her little shoesies, what I did, and the shoes were super simple, guys. I didn't want to create a little boot or anything separately. What I just did, this was quick and fast. I just grabbed 2 tablespoons of clay, right? 2 tablespoons of clay of the cookie dough, because I kind of wanted to bring out her hair, right? I could have done little black ones or different color ones, but I said, no, you know what? I'm going to use the cookie dough just to kind of play off of her hair, right? So make 2 little balls there, just like that. She looks like a precious moment. I know. And I was, you know, when my kids were growing up, I loved everything Precious Moment. And Susie Zoo. When my first granddaughter was born, guys, I made her whole crib set because I used to sew. I made her whole crib set in Susie Zoo because my daughter wanted something different that no one had. And I went and I ordered this special fabric of all Susie Zoo and friends, and I created everything out of it. Hi, Maritza, Glamour Ritz. Okay, so here's her little shoesies, right? So we went ahead and just, okay, I'm like, okay, I think right there is good, right? And then I just took my gal, and then just did a smoosh right on the end of it, right? So that the shoe can kind of look like it's coming from underneath the gown, but kind of popped up, right? Just like that. And it attached so nicely, just really easy. Easy breezy, 1, 2, 3. And then I just kind of brought it around, kind of attached it a little to the sides. Just kind of shaped it. Just like that. Okay. There's her little shoes. Okay. So now, guys, and I don't have toothpicks. This is going to be a problem because I need toothpicks. Let's see. Okay, I don't have toothpicks, but I'm going to go ahead and use the skewer. What you need to do is you need to get the skewer and you need to put it into the ornament, just like that, right? This is the little trick, that little tricky trick that we're going to do to make our little ornament look like it's dangling. So we're going to go ahead and snip it and then use our other skewer and put it into our ornament as well. Okay, because one ornament is going to be on the floor, and the other one is going to be hanging from her hand. Okay. So what we're going to do with our little ornament here, we're just going to go ahead and add some tacky glue to her hand here. Okay, and then we're just going to take this and then just put it into her hand there. And it looks like it's dangling from her hand, right? Cute. Thank you, Brandy. Yes, absolutely. From the Sunday papers, I used to love those. I would always get those, that paper, you know, and I always read, you know, it would just give you the little bit in the bottom, like love is happiness, love is whatever. Absolutely. I love those. I actually have one of my husband and I, it's two of them on a motorcycle. And I actually sent one to, I actually made it and had it put in a frame for my husband because I absolutely love those so very much. And I might have done a boo-boo, couldn't cut my stick too short. Right? But no, it's not. It's actually fine. Right, just like that. So I cut it a little too short. Mistake. That we're going to fix. Right? Oh, I see a toothpick. I see a toothpick. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put the toothpick here. I don't know. I kind of feel like the skewer gave it more stability than the toothpick. I used toothpicks on the other one, but I kind of feel like the skewer kind of gives it a little bit more stability. So let's go ahead and do that. Hopefully I didn't cut that too short. Right? So we're going to add tacky glue to her hand right here. And then I'm going to just put that there and then bring it down. But I forgot a part. We need ribbon. We need the ribbon. Okay, so I need to make a little bitty witty little log because I need to make it look like it's ribbon, like it's hanging from a piece of ribbon. I had my little acrylic thing here, but we don't know where it is. So here it is. Okay. So you just need a little smidge, right? Just a little smidge of whatever color you want to use. I'm going to use the soft pink. And just like that, right? A nice little thin piece. You made a heart fake bake today for your hubby. And it's a see, oh, how cute. Love is life. Absolutely. How adorable. Maureen. That is too sweet. Okay, I think I need to make it thicker because of the skewer. It's because of the skewer. Because I forget, I used a toothpick earlier and it fit perfect. But no, because we're using this big skewer, I need to make this a little thicker. I don't know if this is going to work, y'all. We're going to make it work. Because I have to cover the skewer like if it were covered by ribbon. Okay? We're going to make it work. You're a crafter, Deb. Come on. Figure it out. Okay, we got it figured out. Okay, so we have that covered, right? And even though it looks a little bit messy, don't worry about it because don't worry about that, my friends, because everything can get covered. You can always figure out how to fix all your little boo-boos or any little imperfections that you have with a little bow, glitter, whatever you desire, because it all works. All works. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and put our hand into it, right? Just like that. And you guys can see right how it looks a little bit messy there, but I'm not worried about that because I'm going to put a little piece of, we actually have a little tail there, and I'm going to make a little bow with this little mold bow maker here. It was tricky doing the words in cursive. I know, but let me tell you, once you get that done, you're going to be like, for the next one that you make for a gift or for anything, it's going to be so much easier. But I bet it came out so cute. Did you post it? I want to see it. It's super cute. That's so cute, right? It's like, what do you give your significant other that they don't already have? Well, you know what you do? You make them a cute fake bake. You make them something cute. I made my husband a cute little Harley cake for his birthday. It was a cute little bitty heart, a little mini Harley cake, and in orange and black, and he absolutely loved it. Okay, so we're just gonna put in our clay here and get a little bow, right? Cute little bow. And then what we'll do is we'll just attach it. It's going to stick so nicely because the clay is fresh. Okay. And just like that, it cleans all that up and fixes all that. Right? Okay, girl. She has her 2 ornaments hanging, and now she just needs her little wings. And she's done, my friends. Her halo. Okay. The halo here is going to droop. And guys, I did not color my gold, my halo, my little stick gold. And I need to do that. But we're going to go ahead and just borrow our other girl's little halo, because this is the part that does definitely need drying, my friends. It needs drying because it will sag. Okay, so here are our little wings, right? We have our little wings. And right where the seam of her where the little arms are, is where you're going to attach. So you definitely will need a toothpick or skewer for that. You're going to need to add some tacky glue, you know, to the back. It's like right where the seam, where the arm meets the body. Okay. So we have our little toothpick here. I'm going to go ahead and put this in. Her little halo. I have to paint this gold. Guys, I have to paint this gold. Okay, so this is the one that's still soft. This is the one we're going to borrow. Okay, we're going to borrow that one. We're going to attach her wings, and she's going to be done, my friends. And there she is, guys. You definitely will have to keep an eye on her with her little wings, because if you can use super glue, or you can use a glue that will dry really quickly and hold, that'll be nice. But I just went ahead and used tacky glue on her and got them on. But you kind of will have to keep a little eye on those. But there she is, my friends. She's all done and cute and ready. She has her ornaments. She's ready for the holiday season, or wherever you would love to use her. Like I said, I definitely will work on her sticking her wings a little bit better. But there she is, guys. She's done. She's done. You guys can see where I attached her wings right there, right? Just like that. So she looks good all the way around. So she's beautiful. She's beautiful from front and back. There she is, guys. Super cute. Well, I absolutely enjoyed this one, my friends. This was a cutie patootie. I'm so happy I got to get on. And it is 6:56. Thank you all for staying on. Hi, Julie. Thank you so much. Thank you all for staying on and coming on with me again. And, you know, I know it's late, my friends. And but I definitely do appreciate you. I hope this inspires you to make something fun. Get crafty. Get in your craft room. Thank you, Cheryl. I appreciate that so much. Thank you, Carol. Of course, I love teaching you all. The bowl mode, you love this one here, or the one that this one's from Our Unique Touch, my friends. Reach out to Lauren. This one came from her. It's my most favorite. This one here, I once sold it in the shop, but I don't think it's there anymore. It might be sold out. But I'm definitely going to be working on bringing back molds and different things like that. I don't really try to carry too much. I kind of try to bring and make a little kit of things that we use all the time. Right? Little things that we use all the time and that are pretty versatile and that you can probably use on a lot of your crafts. But yes, I absolutely brings me joy to come on here and share my crafting creations with you all, and just the little things that I learn. I love sharing them because they just make me so excited, because you know, I love when you all create things and you send them to me and I get to see them. It's just like, it just makes me, you know, it just makes my heart filled with joy, you know, knowing that you all do love what I make. I appreciate you all so very much. You're making two, one for your dad and for your sister, Lisa. Oh, thank you. How's Kiwi? Thank you, Maritza. Well, I love you all. We're going to go eat our dinner and we're going to go work on some Bright Ideas business. I will see you guys tomorrow with the Bright Ideas Crafters and Marketplace. Hi, there's Lauren right there. Lauren, I'm not quite sure, Lauren, do you have any more of these? You know, I'm out here always pushing this mold, girl, because I love this mold so much. But I'm like, I don't even have to try to push this mold. This is my number one favorite. I will use it as much as I can. But definitely get with Lauren, because I know Lauren said she was going to start bringing out more molds and different things like that. Oh, she does. She has it. She has it, guys. Get with her. She sells it. This is an amazing one. It's got amazing detail. It's so pretty. But good night, my friends. I love you all, and I'll see you all tomorrow for a snow day. How exciting. I can't wait to see. So we're going to start early in the morning. We're going to go into the evening. Lots of crafting fun. And don't forget to check out the shop. I'm crossed my fingers. I'm going to work really hard on bringing you guys more amazing product. I love you all so very much, and I will see you all really soon. Mwah! Good night. Lauren, Lisa wants one. So definitely private message Miss Lauren. She can take care of you guys. Bye-bye.